How's it going, you guys? Today is a very, very special day. I'm actually in my home, away from home. For those of you guys who know, I slept in my, well, I do sleep in my van. And so I'm away from home right now. But today is my anniversary, you guys. So you guys can go ahead and tell me happy anniversary. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so pretty much today is, it's been 19 years since I've been married. You know, my wife and I, we've been together for about 23 years now, and 19 years of marriage, 2 kids, you know, and man, what can I tell you guys? It's been such a blessing, you know. We're happy, you know. God has brought us this far, and it's only by the grace of God, because guys, honestly, during the beginning part of our marriage, it was not easy, because we got married, we started a business, and got into debt, and you know, I'll tell you guys this, right? One of the number one reason why a lot of people's marriage doesn't work out, it's because of debt. So I've seen a lot of people out there who are planning getting married, and they're planning all this big wedding, this big, you know, they're going all out. And so what happened is, by the time, you know, the wedding's over, you know, all of a sudden now they get stuck with all this debt, because all these bills that needs to be paid. And so rather than take the time to really enjoy each other, all of a sudden now they're arguing over what bills need to be paid, and them being in debt. And so they never really got the time to really enjoy each other before the kids come, right? So, and that was our problem. We actually got into debt very early in our marriage. We didn't have a big marriage. Our marriage is very simple, but we did borrow. I believe it was like $4,500, something like that, you know, because we really didn't have anything, you guys. We actually made everything. My wife sat down, you know, when we had our store, and she pretty much make all the bouquets, all the flowers, design. She did everything, you know, all the cards, the invitation cards, the thank you cards. She printed out, design, and print out everything, you know. And so yeah, so my advice to you guys, if you guys out there, you guys are planning to get married, do not put yourself in any debt, okay? Do everything within your means. If you can't afford certain things, don't do it, because at the end of the day, guys, you being together, and you having a healthy, blessed, successful marriage that's filled with love and laughter and joy and happiness, and that is what truly matters. And you know, once you put yourself in debt, you're not going to be able to enjoy all those things. You're not going to be able to enjoy all those things, right? So that is my advice to you guys. Do not put yourself in any debt. So today, 19 years of marriage, you know, all because of, man, I tell you, all because of God. God's been so good to us, you know. And over the years, I've evolved, I've grown a lot, you know. Like I said, man, 19 years, you guys, 19 years. And honestly, man, today I'm a lot more happier than I've ever been in the beginning of our marriage, you know. We've grown to love each other a lot more. Right now, we're debt-free. We have no debt, you know, away from our mortgage. And we are living now within our means, you know, because a lot of the reason why, you know, a lot of people go in debt because they're not living within their means. And so that is a struggle, I know, for a lot of people, because, you know, society kind of tells us that, you know, you need to have this because it's cool to have it. You need to have that, and you need to have all these different things. Guys, you do not need all those things. You don't need it. You do not need it, right? To think where we are now and where we're coming from, you know, 19 years of marriage, you know, 23 years of being together, and we're able to just purchase our very first home, you know, pretty much, well, actually, on the 8th, tomorrow, you know, is going to be a year since we purchased our home. So guys, man, I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful, you know. And so let me tell you guys how simple my wife is. So today, I send her a text. This is what we do, right? Because we're not big in, you know, celebration and birthdays and all that. You know, to me, all that stuff is just overrated, right? Your birthday comes around, so you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to buy this gift, you know. Excuse me. You need to buy this gift, and you need to, you know, buy this and buy all this stuff, flowers and all this stuff. We do not do that. You know, we do not do that. And I thank God that He gave me a wife that is so simple. She doesn't require anything. You know, I remember one day it was her birthday. Like this was like maybe like goodness, uh, maybe 17 years ago. It was her birthday, and I bought her a bottle of perfume, which was like I think 180 some dollars. And she was like, "Why? Why? Why would you go to spend 180 some dollars? You know, I don't need it." She said to me, she said, "I don't need it. All I need is just for you to love me. Just love me. That's it. I don't need no gift. I don't need anything." Today, our wedding anniversary. I sent her a text this morning, and pretty much my text says, because she's home, she gets up a little bit later than I do because the kids are off school, so she can sleep in a little bit until like 8, because she starts working at 8:30. I start working at 7:30, you know, so she's able to sleep in a little bit, and I'm not home, right? So I come down to Toronto, you know, every Monday morning. I leave my home at like 5 o'clock in the morning, drive 2.5 hours down here to make it time for time at work, to make it at work on time, to make it to work in time. What am I saying? Anyways, yeah. So, and so yes, I'm not home. So, and then I go home Friday after work, right? So yeah, so I sent her a text this morning, and the text, you know, pretty much said, you know, happy, you know, 19th wedding anniversary. You know, said I love you more today than I did the first day we met. And you've been such a great blessings to me over the years. And God, I'm so thankful to God each day. You give me 2 kids. Thank you for the 2 kids. Thank you for always being an amazing wife. Thank you for your love and your support, and for all the things you've done for me over the years. You know, I don't know what my life would have been like today if I didn't meet you. You know, so thank you for blessing me, and thank you for changing my life. And so I sent her that text. And then, so when I went to work, came back on my first break, she sent me a text, and pretty much, you know, same things. You know, she doesn't know where her life will be without me, and you know, I've changed her life, and she's so blessed and so thankful that, you know, we're together, and she just prayed that God would bless us with, you know, what I mean, another 20 plus years of being together. So, you know, that is it. That's how we spend our anniversary, right? And I'm sure when we go home, when I go home on the weekend, there's gonna be no gifts, you know, because it's not what we do. Because, you know, all she wants for me to do, you guys, is just love her. Just love her, respect her. That's all she wants. She doesn't ask for nothing. You know, thank God I was able to purchase her a home. I was able to get her to be debt free. Like, this is like way back, years back. And just purchased an SUV for her recently. So my life that I live now is just to make her happy, to make my kids happy. And I live now for them, you know, my family, my wife and my children. I'm such a blessed man, you know, sleeping in my van, you know, man, guys, I'm so thankful. So thank you so much to everyone out there who's gonna wish me, you know, me a happy wedding anniversary, you know. But it's all by the grace of God. It's all by the grace of God. And so, if I can give you guys any advice out there, put God first. Put God first in all that you do, and just watch your life transform, and everything will fall into place. You know, I've said it so many times. If you want God to bless you, you have to live in obedience. Out of obedience comes great blessings. I'm a living testimony of that. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching the video. And as always, you know, you guys go out, love one another. If you don't know God, get to know God, put your trust in Him, and live according to His will. So this is what I'm having for my wedding anniversary. I'm having an ice cap. That is coffee and milk. Not a fan of milk, but for some reason, ice cap in the summertime seems to be the way to go. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. As always, go love one another, get to know God, put your trust in Him, and live according to His will. Peace.